Vandermin Bande. Good evening or good morning, everyone, depending where you are. Today, again, before our regular weekly Pali class, Bande Sumita will let us chant Karaniya Metta Sutra for its protective power for world happiness and peace, and also COVID victims. May we invite Bande to start leading us to the chanting, please. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Samantha Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Sadhangmang Munirajasa Sunantu Sagga Mokkadang Parita savana kalo ayang bhadanta Parita savana kalo ayang bhadanta Parita dhamma savana kalo ayang bhadanta Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa karaniya mattha kusalena yang tang padang abhesamecca Sakko ujuca sujuca suvaco cassa mudu anatimani santosa koca subharoca appakecoca sallahuka vutti santindriyoca nipakoca appagabho kulesu ananugiddho Naca kodang samacare kinci yena vinyo pare upavadeyum sukhino akhemino honto sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta ye keci pana bhutati Tasavatavarava anavasesa Dighavaye mahantava Majjhima rasakanukathola Diddhavaye vaddhidha Yecha dure vasanti avidure Bhutava sambhave siva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta naparo parang nikumbetha nati manyetha katha chinang kangchi vyarosana patigha sanya Nanyamanyasa dukkhamicceya Mata yatha niyang puttang Ayusa eka putta manurakhe Evaṃ pi sabba bhuteso Manasang bhavaye aparimanang Mettang cha sabbhalokasmin manasang bhavaye aparimanang uddhang adho cha tiriyang cha asambadhang averang asapatang Tithang charang nisinno va sayano va yavatassa vigata middho etang sating adhiteya brahmametang viharang idhamaho Ditthing cha anupagamma silava dasanena sampanno kamesu vinaya gedhang nahi jatu gabhaseyang punareti ti etena sacca vajjena sothite hotu sabbada etena sacca vajjena sothite hotu sabbada etena sacca vajjena sothite hotu sabbada sadhu sadhu sadhu.
Thank you, Bande. Now welcome to our weekly Mahaniddesa study under WikiPali translation project. Today is the lesson on week 49 and scheduled to last about 1 hour. Venerable Sumita will continue on Araha concept discussion. May we invite Bande to start the teaching, please? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Honor to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened One. My utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Samma Sambuddha, the noble doctrine of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha. Hello everyone, welcome to our WikiPali translation project, under which we are working on Mahaniddesa Pali, the Araha concept, and today is week number 49. So today we are going to discuss these two paragraphs. Magandhiya Sutta Niddesa, this is under chapter 9. I would like to invite any volunteer to read the Pali text, please. Anyone wants to read?
So Bande, I will read it.
Okay.
So the Sanya Virata part, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sanya Virata Sana Sandi Kanthadi Yo Samatha Bhubangamang Ariyama Kampavedi Tasa Adido Ubadaya Kantha Vikambita Hondi Araha Depate Arahato Kantha Ja Moha Ja Nivaranja Kama Sanya Vyabada Sanya Vihinsa Sanya Diti Sanya Japahena Hondi Uchina Muna Dana Watu Kata Anabawang Kata Ayandi Anupata Tamati Sanya Virada Sana Sandi Kantha.
Okay. Do you read the other one also?
Okay. Panya Vimudasa Nasandi Mohadi, Yo Vipassana Bobangamang Ariyamakang Bhavedi, Tasa Adido Upadaya Moha Vikambita Hongdi, Arahate Pate Arahato Moha Jakantha Janivaranaja, Kama Sanya Pyapata Sanya Vihinsa Sanya, Titi Sanya Japahina Hongdi. Uchina Muna Dana Vatukata Anabawangata Ayandi Anupata Damadi, Panya Vimudasana Sandi Moha.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. So Magandiya Sutta Nirdesa. Over here we have we find one word arahato regarding the concept arahanta. And this one is also very, very important because it talks about samatha pubbangama ariyamagga and vipassana pubbangama ariyamagga. So some can attain the arahantahood following the samatha preceding noble path, and then another one can also follow the vipassana, the insight preceding noble path. Sanya Sanya Virattasana Santi Ganthati. This one actually is a stanza from Sutta Nipata. So this is the 13th stanza of the Magandiya Sutta. Sanya Virattasana Santi Gantha Panya Vimuttasana Santi Moha Sanyancha Dittincha Ye Aggahesung Te Ghattayanta Vicharanti Loketi. So this is the original stanza, number 847. And so the first line is from that stanza. Sanya Virattasana Santi Gantha. So the whole paragraph is explaining this line. Yo samatha pubbangamaṃ ariyamaggaṃ bhaveti tassa adito upadaya gantha vikkambita honti. Arahate patte arahato ganthacha mohacha nivaranacha kama sanya vyapada sanya vihingsa sanya ditti sanya cha pahina honti. Uchinna mula tala vattu kata anabhavam kata ayating anupada dhammati sanya virattassa nasanti gantha. So this is how sanya virattassa nasanti gantha is explained here. And over here panya vimuttasana nasanti moha is explained here. Yo vipassana pubbangamaṃ ariyamaggaṃ bhaveti tassa adito upadaya moha vikkambhita honti. Arahate patte arahato mohacha ganthacha nivaranacha kama sanya vyapada sanya vihingsa sanya ditti sanya cha pahina honti. Uchinna mula thala vattu kata anabhavam kata ayating anupada dhammati panya vimuttassa nasanti moha. So now we can discuss about that. I think before going there, maybe I can give you a brief meaning of this thing. Yo samatha pubbangamaṃ ariyamaggam bhaveti tassa adito upadaya gantha vikkambita honti. So if someone is practicing the noble path preceding the samatha, bhaveti means to, like bhavana is cultivate or develop. Tassa adito upadaya gantha vikkambita hoti. So for him, from the very beginning, the gantha means those bonds, the defilements. They are vikkambita honti. They will be suppressed. So they are suppressed. And there are also three ways of deleting or eliminating the defilements. One is tadanga, the other is vikambana, and then the samucheda. The first one is tadanga. Just as when we do a simple meritorious activity like praying or chanting, or even basic level meditating, or doing any other good positive activity, energy, without lobha, dosa, moha, then you can actually get rid of or suppress very temporarily. You can suppress the ganthas or the defilements, and that is called tadanga. And vikambana is a little bit more like in the jhanic level. You can substantially suppress, and to a certain extent you can delete or eliminate some of the defilements, but they will not be completely gone there until you attain the final liberation. And in that final liberation, one can get rid of samucheda level defilements. So it's not only arahanthood, actually. From the sotapanna itself, it is said those defilements will be gone. Certain defilements will be gone forever, once and for all, when you attain sotapanna, and then sakadagami, anagami, and the arahanta level also have their own different levels of vikambana level, samucheda level defilements. I think we have also discussed this thing repeatedly several times earlier as well. So here, because the word vikambana is mentioned here, so vikambana is suppressing. Gantha is bonds. So these bonds are suppressed from the beginning, because samatha pubbangama ariyamagga is helpful for that. So arahatte patte, arahatte, when one becomes arahanta, arahato ganthacha, mohacha, nivaranacha, kama sanya, vyapada sanya, vihinsa sanya, ditti sanya cha pahina honti. So when someone becomes arahanta, for him, those bonds and the moha, that is the ignorance, nivarana, the hindrances, and kama sanya, vyapada sanya, vihinsa sanya, the perception of kama, perception of sensuality here, and then perception of ill will, vyapada sanya, vihinsa sanya, perception of hurting others, ditti sanya, perception of dogma or view, and these will be abandoned. Pahina honti. Uchinna mula. Mula means root. Uchinna means uprooting, completely uprooting. Tala vattukata is explained in the dictionary. Is mostly it's like just uprooting, but in the word tala is actually palm tree. Palm trees are not, especially in the Asian, South Asian continent, we have these palm trees a lot, and especially in the dry zone areas. So those palm trees will not be you will not be able to destroy them unless and until you completely uproot them. So the roots are really, even if you burn them, the root can still grow. So Uchchinnamula means from the root themselves, you have to take them out, and then only those tala trees or the palm leaves can be, just as the palm leaf that can be uprooted. So is this the the defilements or the bonds or these moha, gantha, moha, nivarana, etc., these things will be completely gone in the arahanta person. And anabhavang kata means there will be no more existence. Anabhavang, non-existence. And ayating in the future, anupada dhammati. So there will be a nature of no upada, non-existence. And that is called sanya virattasa nasanti gantha. And in the panya vimuttasana nasanti gantha, it is, I think it is better to discuss this also before. So here samatha and this is vipassana. So when someone directly goes to vipassana, it is also called dry vipassana, dry insight, or sukha vipassaka. And if someone practices this noble path, and tassa adito upadaya moha vikambita hoti, so for him from the beginning, moha will be suppressed. And for this person, samatha person, it is said gantha vikambita hoti. The bonds will be suppressed. And for the vipassana pubbangama person, moha, the most difficult thing actually, moha will be suppressed. Arahatte patte, arahato mohacha ganthacha nivaranacha kama sanyacha vyapada sanyacha vihingsa sanyata ditthi sanyacha pahina honti. So once you attain the arahanthood, so the result is the same here and there. Uchinna mula talavattu kata anabhavan kata ayating anupada dhammati panya vimuttassa nasanti moha. So panya vimuttassa nasanti moha means the one who has liberated from the panya. And here sanya virattassa nasanti gantha means the one who has got rid of sanya, different kinds of sanyas we had here. Kama sanya, vyapan sanya, vihinsa sanya, ditthi sanya, and one who has got rid of them, and he will not get gantha or the bonds. And panya vimuttasa, so even the panya, eventually we have to get rid of even the panya. So panya vimuttasa nasanti moha. So one through panya, when somebody is released, that person will have no moha. Okay, so let me go to the here sanya virattassa nasanti gantha, and then I click here over here, and I think this one sanya virattassa nasanti gantha. So sanya virattassa nasanti gantha, when sanya virattassa means to him who is detached from perception. So viratta means detached, ratta means attached, viratta means detached. So that is the meaning here. Sanya perception, viratta is detached oneself. Here virattasa means dative. To him who is detached from perceptions. And that is called sanya viratta. I think I have given a note here. Samatha pubbangam ariyamaggam bhaveti. According to this, the one who practices samatha pubbangama noble path, and four sanyas, kama, vyapada, vihinsa, and ditthi sanya will be freed. And ubato bhaga vimutto samatayaniko adippeto. So samatayanika, that is also called yana, is the vehicle. So the one who has use the samatayana to attain nibbana. According to PJ means Paramatta Jyotika, the Atakatha. Okay, so na means not. I think it's already very famous. Santi means have. That also I think we have learned so many times. And Ganthati, Gantha iti is a slur. So Gantha is bonds. Bonds, all kinds of bonds, like fetters, for example. Sangyojana, 10 fetters, dasa sangyojanas can also be meant here. So different kinds of bonds we have towards the samsara. It is difficult to get rid of them. And when you practice, you gradually try to get rid of those bonds. So those attachments, bonds. And iti means. So sanya virattasana santi gantha iti. That means yo samata pubbangam ariyamaggang bhaveti. If someone develops calm preceding noble path. So samatha bhavana, like the 40 kasinas and jhanas, they are all included into here. So samatha, you can say samatha, calm, tranquilizing, quietude of heart, settlement of, not really here this meaning. Tranquility, quietude, this can be taken into consideration, including calm. So I use calm here. So we have to know that this means samatha bhavana. And there are two basic meditation techniques, samatha meditation and vipassana meditation. Here it talks about samatha. Samatha pubbangama, like in the Dhammapada, mano pubbangama dhamma, mano setta manomaya. Mind is the forerunner of all states. So pubbangama is forerunner or preceding. So samatha pubbangam ariyamaggang, the calm preceding noble path. And ariyamaggang, ariya is noble. Okay, ariyamagga is noble path. And okay, ariyamaggam bhaveti. The meditation bhavana also comes from this verb bhaveti. Bhaveti is to develop, to cultivate, increase. We have to perfect, to practice, to dwell upon, to contemplate. So all these things can be taken. So we use develop. Oh, here this is this is a verb. Vartamana kala prathama purisa ekavachana. So present tense, third person singular. Bhaveti is to cultivate. And so yo bhaveti, any person, someone practices, so develops. Samatha pubbangam ariyamaggang, calm preceding noble path. Tassa, to him. Tassa. This is the pronoun, and this is dative. So to him. And then adito. Adi means beginning. So adito means from the beginning. Adito, from the beginning. We have here, I think, Yeah. Okay, Adito from the beginning. Upadaya, in reference to, here actually from the beginning, Upadaya Ganta Vikambita Hoti. Gantha Upadaya is, it comes from Upadhyati or Upadana also we can use. And Gantha again is bonds. Gantha, fetter, even a book we can call text, Gantha. Over here, book. Over here, in this case, we can use bond or fetter. Adita Upadaya Gantha Vikambita, suppressing, suppressed. Vikambita nominative. Plural. Okay. So these Ganthas are or bonds are suppressed from the beginning. Honti. Honti. Okay. It comes from, it is derived from bhu. Bhu is the dhatu. Okay, arahatte patte, and here it's actually end of the sentence. So arahatte patte, when you become arahanta. Arahatte here, raha, the enlightened, enlightened one, or the liberated one. Okay. Yeah, state. This is locative. Rahatte, patte, state of arahantas. State of arahantship. I would like to call arahanta. Okay. Patte means papunati is to reach. So reach or attain. Okay. So when one attain arahantahood, so again is singular, locative. That means when one attain arahantahood, arahato, to the liberated one, to the enlightened one. This is where I had to be careful. Sometimes we use arahanta, liberate. Okay. Arahato, to that arahanta person. Gantha cha moha cha, gantha cha bonds, cha and moha ignorances, cha and nivarana obstacles or hindrances to the progress of mind, and cha and kama sanya, sensuality perception. Here kama sanya, perception of sensuality or sensuality perception. And then Vyapada Sanya, ill will perception. So Vyapada is ill will or hatred, malevolence, and Sanya perception. And then Vihingsa, cruelty. Hinsa and Vihinsa means cruelty, torturing others. Vihinsa Sanya, that perception. And Ditti, again a very difficult perception. Ditti, when you have dogmatic views, it is very, very difficult to get rid of them. So these are the things that that have been very deeply rooted in us. Those ditthis or dogmatic views can happen to any of us. Pahina. So all these things will be abandoned when you become arahanta. Arahatte patte arahato ganthacha mohacha nivaranacha kama sanya vyapada sanya vihinsa sanya ditti sanya pahina honti. Abandoned. Pahina, it's not ablative. Okay. Pahina honti. Honti is the same as before. Okay. All right. And now the word, yes?
Here, the above the Nivarana, they should be plural, no? Nominative plural.
Yes. Yeah, oh, I haven't checked that one. Yeah, thank you. I didn't go inside there before. Okay. Okay. Ditti sanya cha pahina honte. Uchinna mula again. Chinna is to cut. So uchinna is completely cut or completely, also it is called uproot, destroyed. So broken or destroyed or uproot, and mula is the root. So when we take uchinna mula from the bottom, from the very beginning, from the very lowest part, yeah, that is the meaning. Mula here, uchinna mula. So the root has been destroyed. Uchinna mula. And then Thala Vattukata, as I mentioned before. So I use this word just as a palm tree. In Sinhala books, we have the translation as here. I see Mulin Sindi Talgasak men. So Talgasa means the palm tree. So uprooted palm tree, just like that. But in the dictionaries, we don't, mostly in the dictionaries, we don't find that meaning. But Tala is definitely Tala Patta, for example, the palm leaf manuscript. So Tala. So Thala Vattukata. here you can see rendered, groundless, uprooted. That is the meaning. So I just followed the Sinhala meaning here. Just as an uprooted palm tree. Talavattukata. And then anabhavam kata. Anabhava. So na abhava or na bhava. Anabhava. So non-existence. Kata means done or executed. So no more existence after that. Anabhavam kata. And ayati means future. So ayating in the future. Anupada Dhamma. So Anupada Dhamma. Iti, here it is a slur. So Anupada. Upada means birth or appearance. Anupada or na upada means non-appearance. So having the nature of non-appearance in the future. So no more appearance in the future. That is the Anupada Dhamma. Ayating Anupada Dhamma. And Anabhava Kata means no more existence. Just as a palm tree completely uprooted, so is the Arahanta person who has completely uprooted or abandoned all the bonds, all the ignorance and the obstacles and kama sanya, sensuality perception, ill will perception, cruelty perception, and view or dogmatic perception. So iti, that is the meaning. Sanya virattasana santigantha means exactly that. To him who is liberated from perceptions, no more bonds. There are no more bonds. That is the meaning of that. And then, I need to give you the link. Here's the link. And then I'll go to the next paragraph, which is Panya Vimuttasana Santi Moha.
Bende, I have a question.
Yes.
So here, Gandha is bound, right?
Yes.
So why does it say Arahado Gandha ja moha ja nivarana ja kama sanya? Because Gandha, if it is 10 pounds, yujana, and the moha is included in it.
Yeah, so actually Gantha is not exactly Sangyojana, but Sangyojana, this is all inclusive also. Like when you say Sangyojana, maybe it is a different category. Yeah, but it looks like when you say bond, we can also include some. Yeah, it's interesting how this Araha concept is explained here. I also want to actually give an extra note to this in my thesis because normally we in the traditional explanation we hear the Dasa Sangyojana or the 10 fetters, and here interestingly we have bonds, and then we have also what do you call apart from bonds, we have moha, we have nivarana, we have kama sanya, vyapana sanya, vihinsa sanya, ditti sanya. They are actually included in the mostly in the 10 sangyojanas, but not necessarily like Sakkaya Ditti Vichikicha Silabbata Paramasa. They are the first 3 fetters that are cut off in the Sotapanna level. And here we have Kama Sanya, Vyapanna Sanya, Vihinsa Sanya. We can use that for the Kamaraga Patiga. And then this one can also be included into Sotapanna, like the Sakkaya Ditti Sanya. And Uchinamula Thala. So interesting, like the Arahanta person, it is said they don't have this, and they don't have Nivaranas, and then also Ganthas. So Gantha, when we say Gantha, it's not exactly Sangyojana. So when you say Sangyojana, these are all inclusive into Sangyojana. But Gantha looks like it is mostly we can include, but not all. Yeah, this is an interesting point that you actually, I was thinking of it. I wanted to mention that, but yeah, I forgot. Yeah, good
Okay,
that you
thanks.
mentioned. I will actually, I want to find out more details about that. This
Okay,
explanation, this definition is interesting.
Okay, and another question: Dasa Adido Upadaya. So after in reference to first, what does it mean? I'm not. I don't
I
understand.
think Upadaya was a word we used before, and so it was by default here. So the person who practices samatha, so from the beginning, Adita Upadaya. So from the very beginning, because that person has practiced jhana, and when you have jhana, you also cut off the nivaranas, pancha nivaranas, 5 hindrances, and that way some of those ganthas, you can also see here ganthas, and so they are suppressed. So from the beginning, their ganthas are suppressed. That is the meaning here. Adita Upadaya. So Adita Upadaya, I would like to say, if we can take it together from, in reference from the beginning, I don't know. Adita Upadaya means from the very beginning. In the here also I got that. Yeah, Mula Patanma Mohaya Yatapatu. So from the very beginning, that is the meaning here as well.
So Adido Upadaya at the beginning, from the beginning.
Yes, from the beginning. We can take them together.
Okay.
These words together. Then it makes more sense. Okay?
Clear.
All right, so we'll go to the next paragraph. So this is the one, Panya Vimuttasa. And I normally go like this, and then I come here. Okay, so Panya Vimuttasa. So here Panya Vimuttasa, and the other one is actually Sanya Virattasa. So it is not necessarily the same meaning here. So Panya Vimutta. Vimutta is also released or liberated. Viratta also kind of, but dispassionate or not attached. Although they are in the same family, here we can use a different word for that. Panya Vimuttassa nasanti moha. So to who is released from Panya in the sense through Panya. So through wisdom, when they the Sukha Vipassaka person, when he practices from the very beginning, he analyzes and he intellectually get rid of those things. So The Sukha Vipassaka person doesn't have the jhanic practices, and he doesn't have the psychic powers and all. But he has enough wisdom. He uses wisdom, a direct wisdom path to get rid of the defilements. So nasanti moha, he doesn't have moha, ignorances. So that person very directly addresses the moha, whereas the samatayanika person first addresses the other nivaranas and all. So your vipassana, okay, let me go to this one. Panya vimutta, and panya vimutta, so to him who is released from wisdom. And then nasanti moha, nasanti, not have moha, iti moha, ignorances or delusions. Yo, someone vipassana pubbangam ariyamaggam bhaveti, if someone develops the noble path, like insight preceding noble path, and tassa adita upadaya, to him from the beginning, moha vikambita hoti, mohas will be suppressed. And arahatte patte, when they become arahanta, liberated persons, arahatto, to that arahanta person, mohacha ganthacha nivaranacha kama sanyacha vyapa sanyacha vihinsa sanyacha ditti sanyacha pahina honti. So they are like two different paths but leading to the same goal. And this one, vipassana pubbangama ariyamagga, noble, this path is faster, swifter. And the other one, you have to attain jhanas, you have to attain psychic powers and all these things. So this is a kind of delayed journey, and this is a kind of shortcut to nibbana, and but without any psychic powers and all. And this both of them eventually have the same goal, that is mohacha nivaranacha ganthacha nivaranacha kama sanya vyapa sanya vihinsa sanya ditti sanya pahina honti. So all of them will be abandoned eventually. So then the example simile is given, uchinna mula thala vattu katha anabhavan katha ayating anupada dhammati. So just as a palm tree, uprooted palm tree, so is him, he that who has uprooted or destroyed all the defilements. And anabhavankata, he has executed the non-existence, no more existence. Ayating, in future, anupad dhamma. Okay, over here, I think we have to. Okay, so over here, anupada dhamma, having the nature of non-appearance, no more birth, no upatti again. That is the meaning. Okay, anupada dhamma, having the nature of non-appearance. So panya vimuttasana santi moha is that. That is the meaning of this line. To him who is released from wisdom, ignorance are not there. Okay, I think it's about the two paragraphs. They have the also very important to remember the two. And Buddha also in some of the suttas, I remember, explains about these things. And those people who are not good in vipassana, they have to approach those vipassana masters and learn it from them. It is very helpful. And those people who have practiced samatha, they have practiced only vipassana and not samatha. So the Buddha said they can also approach the samathayanika people and learn from them. They are all very wonderful. But these are the two ways that they all can achieve. Some people like to practice samatha so that they can also gain like those jhanic powers and psychic powers. And some people don't care about any of them. And for example, Venerable Chakupala in the Dhammapada first stanza is about Venerable Chakupala, who was a blind monk, and he was a Sukha Vipassaka monk. He was practicing only Vipassana Pubbanga Mariyamagga. He did not have any psychic power. So he was, while walking in the walking path, so he stepped on many insects, and the other monks were accusing him for killing. And then the Buddha, when those monks complained to the Buddha, he asked those monks, "Did you see by yourself that he was killing?" They said, "No, we didn't see, but we saw that in the morning." And then the Buddha said, just as you didn't see him killing, so was he. He didn't see them as well, because he was blinded, and he attained the arahanthood at the very same time, and also due to one of his past karma. Interesting story how as an eye surgeon, he blinded the woman out of anger, and because of that 500 births he became blind, and even this is the last birth and 500th time, and he coincidentally he also was able to attain arahanthood because of his hard lot of hard work, diligent practice, but then again the past karma made him blind. So another story of a Sukha Vipassaka. Yes.
Bande,
Yes.
here the Wikambita should be Patama Bahuvajana. In the Vipassana part here. Bande, I think your microphone is not turned on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so what I said, like I thought it was already there because I did it before, but it was not. So I had to do it.
And also, when talk about the
Hmm?
the Ganta here, I think it is Bahuvajana.
Yes, yes. So that is why, like, I did it before, but it's not
yeah.
happening here, right? Why it is not changing here?
Also, I think when we talk about Ganta, there are 4 Gantas.
Gantha also is Bahuvajana, yes.
Yeah, I mean, there are 4 Gantas, like the Abhija, Vyabhada, Silabhada Paramasa, and the Idang Saja Abhinivesa. These 4 are called Ganta.
Yeah.
When we talk about the Ganta, there are 4 Gantas.
Yes.
Like we have the Abhija, Vyabhada, Silabhada Paramasa, and the Idang Saja Abhinivesa. These 4.
So what do you want to say?
I mean, before when the Zhenqiu asked a question, why the Ganta is mentioned there and also Moha is mentioned there.
Okay, here it's also plural. Okay. Again, you asked the same question, right?
No.
Gantha.
I mean, when the Zhenqiu asked, here you say the Ganta is similar like the Sangyojana, and
Yeah,
why
but
the Moha mentions there. So that was Zhenqiu's
yeah,
question. But
as I mentioned, Gantha is not all inclusive Dasa Sangyojanas. Gantha
yes.
is part of it only.
So
It's very
Ganta, we have
clear.
only 4 Gantas.
Yeah, could be. Could be only 4 Ganthas. So Dasa Sangyojana, when we say Sangyojana, it's all inclusive. In the previous one, we also learned Sanya as the 4 Ganthas. So Sanya Nasanti Gantha. Sanya Viratasa Nasanti Gantha. So when somebody doesn't have Sanya, he doesn't have Gantha. So the Sanya actually here, the 4 Sanyas are the 4 Sanyas. So that can also be maybe a synonym for that, but not necessarily. Yeah. So Gantha is again part of Sangyojana, but not all inclusive. Kama Sanya, Vyapada Sanya, Vihinsa Sanya, Ditti Sanya. When we say these are part of Sotapanna and Sakadagami. Ditti is Sakkaya Ditti, and then Kama Sanya, Vyapada Sanya, and Vihinsa Sanya, they can be included in the Sakadagami. Is that clear?
Yes, Bande.
But the first sentence it mentioned na kanda no sandi na sandi mo hati.
Yeah.
No. Not banya. This one is samadhi.
one?
That one. Yeah.
Nasanti
Na
Gantha.
sandi gantati. Yes.
Yes. So Sanya Viratasa Nasanti Gantha. When you don't have Sanya, you don't have Gantha. So 4 Sanyas are there. Okay. 4 Sanyas are there. So when you don't have 4 Sanyas, you don't have Ganthas. But when you say you don't have Ganthas, you cannot say they are necessarily similar, because it can be something else as well, right?
Yeah. So Gantha is part of the Kilesa.
Yes, part of Dasa Sangyojana, part of the fetters. Yes, that's right.
But it is a conflict because the first sentence is mentioned not just Gantha, but the second paragraph has more.
Yeah, because the first paragraph talks about Sanya actually. Sanya Viratasana Santi Gantha. So Gantha is not explained here. Sanya is explained. So Sanya are those 4 Sanyas. Right? And then it is said Arahato Gantha, Moha, Nivarana, and Kama Sanya, Vyapada Sanya, Vihinsa. See, over here also again it is mentioned. So Gantha again is mentioned separately. So Ganthacha and again Kama Sanya, Vyapada Sanya. So they are also mentioned separately. So that means apart from these 4, there are others also as bonds. That is why it is mentioned.
It is for Arahan, the second paragraph.
Yes. Arahatte patte, when you attain arahattahood, you don't have ganthas, you don't have moha, you don't have nivarana. So we can see gantha is clearly mentioned again. And then again, kama, vyapada, vihinsa, ditti, sannyasa also mentioned at the end.
Okay. So second paragraph is not explained Ganta. It explained Araha.
Yes, the important thing is like the sanya virata santi gantha. So ganthas are mentioned, and then sanyas are mentioned, and then it is said Ariyamagga, this one Samataya Pubbangama Ariyamagga person, when he does that, he can of course suppress ganthas. So ganthas are suppressed. But when you become arahanta, those suppressed ganthas are also gone completely.
Mm.
So vikambana means not completely deleted, not completely abandoned, just suppressed. Suppressed in a very deeper level, like jhanic level. When you have jhana, you suppress pancha nivarana. Okay, so that means you are not completely getting rid of those pancha nivaranas. They are mostly like in the Kama Sutta Nirdesa, if you remember, there are 49 kinds of Vatu Kamas, and then I think 19 or something, or 11 something Kilesa Kamas are there. So those Kamas are like abandoned or suppressed in the jhanic level. Only when you attain Sotapanna, the Apaya Gaminiya Kilesa, they are completely eradicated. So in the jhanic level, in the Samatha Pubbangama practitioner, he can suppress a lot of things. Even just as when you observe for 5 precepts, 8 precepts, we can determine, okay, I'm not going to break the sila these 24 hours or whatever date duration that you determine. That is not complete eradication. It is temporary suppression. And after that, you might even enjoy those sensual pleasures later on, just like that. So when you are in the jhanas, of course, you will not have those defilements. But when you come out of the jhanas, you can have those defilements. Like Devadatta had jhana before, and he lost them later on. There are stories like that, those people who have lost jhana later on.
Okay, so for these two paragraphs, it probably implies the vipassana proceeding, right? Because there is no vipassana, people cannot reach Arahan.
No. Here it says when you attain, when you practice Samatha Pubbangama Ariyamagga, you can even go from Samatha, you can also switch to Vipassana if you want. And it is said when you practice Ariyamagga, the noble path, through the Samatha, from the beginning, you will suppress the Ganthas. It is said only suppress the Ganthas. And it doesn't necessarily mention about the rest of the practice. And then it goes directly to the Arahata achievement. And here it says Vipassana Pubbangam Maggam Bhaveti. So one can practice Vipassana Pubbangama Ariyamagga, a noble path. And that person can, from the beginning, because he is already analyzing all the time, anicca, dukkha, anatta, everything, you see that impermanence, Then yada nichang tan dukkang, if something is impermanent, that is suffering. And yang dukkang tadanatta, if something is suffering, you can't really control that, and you don't have any control over it. So there is no permanent entity. So that anicca dukkha anatta, everything, like when you practice Vedana, when meditation, you see, you feel Vedana, and then you analyze it. Where is the Vedana? What is the Vedana? So that Vedana is also anicca, impermanent, and then it is suffering. You can't control that, and therefore there is, the Vedana is not me, Vedana is not myself. So that way he analyzes from the very beginning, even from, like, there are some people who practice Vipassana, they just do from, normal people also can do like that.
Okay, thanks, Benny. Good explanation.
Yes. Okay. All right. So then
Okay, we need another link for this
okay, I
paragraph.
think you need this link, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. All right,
Okay.
that's it for today then. Over to you, Janice.
Benny, I think you skip a paragraph. Before this, there's another paragraph for Arahant.
This
Right.
one and
But
oh, I think you mean this one?
Jida we will go.
Okay.
Adamo Jida we will go, but Machana.
Actually, we have done this before in
Okay.
Kama Sutta Niddesa, but
Okay.
I can go through it again maybe next week then.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is also very interesting actually. We can,
Yeah.
maybe I will go through it again next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to refresh all of us.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I'll do that again.
Yeah.
Very interesting one, this also.
Thank you very much, Bande, again. May Bande lead us in making aspiration and transferring, sharing the merits, please. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, I think, okay, we are here transferring merits. I have given a Dhamma talk on transferring merits recently on Theravada Sutta. If you are interested, you can have a look. But transferring merits regarding on the basis of Theravada Sutta. Okay, someone wants to read the English translation?
I can.
All right.
So,
transferring
so
merits to
in,
devas and other beings, we will share merits with the devas and other beings, and some of the devas, not necessarily they will receive this. For example, there are Arahanta devas. The Buddha's mother, what we call Matu Deva Raja, he is also in the Tavatinsa realm, already Arahanta, and there are many other Arahanta devas as well. So they don't need merits, but there can be other devas who will be happy to receive merits if we share. So we will share the merits with devas, and every time when we do something good, we think of them. Devata Anusati also is a meditation, and thinking of the devas qualities and try to become like devas and try to inculcate those wonderful qualities in us can be helpful to our own practice as well. And also our part of practice and generosity, we share the merits with devas and other sentient beings. So by the power of the merits that we accrued today and before by practicing Dana Sila Bhavana, we accrued so much merit, and those merits we would like to generously share with all devas and other beings. May they all receive this merit, share this merit, be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. Thinking thus, please recite this. Ettavata hehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavata amhehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe bhotanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavata amhehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya.
For the sake of all attainment and success, may all heavenly beings rejoice in the extent to which we have gathered a consumption of merits. For the sake of all attainment and success, may all spirits rejoice in the extent to which we have gathered a consumption of merit. For the sake of all attainment and success, may all sentient beings rejoice in the extent to which we have gathered a consumption of merit.
Transferring merits to the departed ones. Please think of all the ancestors, all your departed parents, grandparents, or whosoever passed away. We will generously think of them with loving kindness towards them. May they also receive this merit, share this merit, be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. Thinking thus, let us transfer merits to the departed ones. Idang me ñātinang hotu sukheta hontu ñātayo. Idang me ñātinang hotu sukheta hontu ñātayo. Idang me ñātinang hotu sukheta hontu ñātayo.
May all departed ones receive these merits, share these merits, and be well and happy and healthy wherever they are.
Aspiration for Kalyana Mitta friends. Imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya.
By means of this meritorious deed, may I never join with the foolish. May I join always with the wise until the time I attain Nibbana.
Okay, aspiration for Nibbana. Idang me punyang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu sabba bhaya pamuncatu sabba roga pamuncatu.
By the power of this merit, may I be led to the path of the cessation of all cankers. May I be released from all fears. May I be released from all diseases.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. Thanks again, Bande, and thank you, everyone. Till we meet next week, may all be well, happy, and healthy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.